Hi everyone, welcome you all. Today we are going to see what are data structure. Okay, so basically data structure is a specialized way of storing data so that we can retrieve these piece of information in a specialized way and is more useful and more memory efficient. Okay, so let's see what are the offering for today. And first of all, we are going to see what are data structure and introduction, and then we are going to see what are the type of data structure we have, and then we are going to look into what is stack, right? So first of all, introduction. Data structure are the programmatic way of storing data so that data can be used efficiently. Okay, so data structure deals with how the data is organized and held in the memory when a program processes it. Okay, so now you can say that how we retrieve and store data, that way of storing and retrieving the data programmatically is called data structures. Okay, here for example we have learned list, tuples, dictionaries, and we are going to learn stacks and queues, arrays maybe, right? So these all are type of data structures. Now let us see what are the type of data structure. Okay, on the basis of data structure bull type, they are of two type: inbuilt or built-in data structure, which are already provided by Python library or the languages, just like list, dictionary, tuples, sets, maps, etc. There are many things. And there are some user-defined data structure, just like class in object-oriented programming, just like Python or Java, C++, data designed for a particular task. And you can see one more example is given: stacks and queues. Okay, in class 12 we are going to learn these two structures, stacks and queues especially. Okay, now on the basis of linear and non-linear data structure can also be classified as linear and non-linear data structure. Okay, linear data structure in which we have a certain sequence, or data is stored in certain sequence, right, one after another. Okay, this type of data structure is called linear data structure. And here in our syllabus we are just going to discuss these linear data structure, and especially we will be talking about stacks and queues. And non-linear data structure are the structure which do not follow or do not have any sequential order or do not follow any order. Okay, for example we have a tree like data structures, or a graphs, or a binary trees. Okay, so which do not follow any sequence or a order is called non-linear data structures. Okay, now let us move to our another topic called stack. A stack is a container of a object that are inserted and removed according to the last in and first out concept. Okay, you can consider this example where we have three tennis balls. Obviously the bottommost ball will be inserted first, and then above one, then it's above. Okay, so now when we take out the uppermost ball, or the last inserted ball will be taken out from the box, right? So this is the philosophy of a stack. And when we insert a ball inside the box, it is called push, and when we take out a ball out, then it is called pop. Okay, and few more terminology we use it: peek. Now peek is to inspect where the top is, or what is the content of top, right? And we have a situation called underflow. That means we do not have an element to delete, or we have overflow when our size when we have no more element to be inserted in the list, then it is called a overflow. Okay, now there is another example. Think of a scenario where at a dinner party where there is a stack of plates are always added or removed from the top. Okay, we can say that only at one end we can remove or insert element. Okay, in the this end we are not going to have any operation like delete or insert. Okay, in computer science the concept is used for evaluating expression, okay, syntax, parsing, scheduling, algorithm, routines, etc. Okay, now stack can be implemented using list in Python. Obviously we are going to see, and we are going to write code for it. When we add element to a stack, it is known as push operation. Obviously I told you earlier. Whereas when you remove or delete an element in the stack is called a pop operation. Note that you actually have a pop method at your disposal when you are okay. So this is the introduction of stack. Now let us have an animation to better understand working of stack. Now what it has is, first of all, my stack is empty, or this situation is called underflow. Okay, we cannot delete element at this point, we can only add it. And when we are going to add a element in a stack, it is called a push operation. Okay, at this point my top is equals to -1. That means we do not have an element, and we can check this by simply using a if statement. If top is equals to -1. Okay, now we are going to insert or push an element. Okay, so here you can see my first element is added and my top becomes 1. Okay, now the next element is inserted and my top will be incremented to 1. Similarly, when I insert a third element, it will be incremented one more and will become 2, and this time 4. Okay, now you can see my test tube is full, or my stack is full. This situation is called overflow. Okay, you can check this situation by simply writing if top is equals to len of stack -1. Okay, so this is really very simple, or you can use whatever size you have chosen. Okay, now next, when we delete an element, is called a pop operation. Okay, in this step, in this test tube, you can see my bottom is sealed, so I can take out only the element which we have inserted last. Okay, so my yellow marble was the last element to be inserted, so this will be the first one which should come out. Okay, which will be popped. Okay, we can use a pop method of a list to implement pop operation in stack. Okay, let's do it. So in this context, what we have to do while popping the element, we have to decrement the value of top. Okay, so I have decremented the value of top, that is it becomes now 2. Okay, similarly now it will become 1, 0, and finally it will become -1, and my stack is empty, and this situation is again what? Yeah, you guessed it right, it's a underflow. Okay, in this situation we can only add element, right? So I hope you have understood what stack is and how it can be implemented using Python. And next day we are going to write a complete program to implement stack and also write a algorithm. Okay, thank you, have a nice day, bye bye.